Alright, so welcome to our lesson about Pemdas. Pemdas is, since we've been in algebra, is going to be something that's going to help us when we have a lot of operations all in one equation or all in one type of problem. So now let's go through and let's look at what Pemdas means. Now, usually when we look at PEMDAS, we always go by this old acronym that we've been using for a long time, which is P. Let me change my color, which is please. Please, which is for parentheses. So anything in parentheses, you would do that first. The E is for excuse. Oops, can't spell. Excuse. And that's going to be an exponent. Now, exponent is going to be something that you're going to see as you get in higher grades, but exponent is any number that you see with that I have the 3 circled in. Now, the next one is going to be my. Please excuse my. My is going to be to multiply. Remember, I always do a different symbol for multiplication, either this. Let me change that. So either that, that, or something like that. Dear, when I'm looking at the D for dear, that means divide. So you remember what I divide is going to be either a slash mark or it's going to be the division sign. A is for aunt, then S is for Sally. So in order, and let me go back to here, which is going to be add, and this is going to be subtract. So whenever you work out a problem that has a lot of operations, you do whatever is in parentheses first, your exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. And you go in that order. So now let's look at some examples. So this first example, we have 16 minus 4 times 8 minus 7. So you remember, we write down PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. So the first thing we need to do is solve whatever is in parentheses. So we're going to check that off. 16 minus 4 is 12. So now we have 12 times 8 minus 7. The next thing that we do, we don't have any exponents, so we can mark that out. The next thing we have to do is multiply. So 12 times 8 is 96. And then minus 7. So we don't have a division, an addition sign, or a subtraction sign. We do have a subtraction sign, so now we're going to subtract. 96 minus 7. Always regroup first. That's going to be 989. So our final answer is 89. And you remember what we did? We did what was in parentheses first, then we multiplied, and then we subtract because we didn't have a division sign or an addition sign. So let's look at another example. This time we're going to still write down PEMDAS. Okay, we don't have parentheses or exponents, but we do have multiply. So 24 times 6. That is 4, then 2, 144. So we multiply, then the next thing we have to do is divide. So 144 divided by 12 is 12. Remember, you go in the order of the operations that you have, and we did not have any addition or subtraction in this problem. Now let's look at one more example. We write down our PEMDAS. You remember, we go in order. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. We have parentheses, so we do what's in parentheses first. 4 times 4 is 16. Then a minus 8 times 2. The next thing we do is we multiply. Our multiplication is right here. So we do 16, then 8 times 2 is 16. We do not have division, and we do not have an addition sign, but we do have a subtraction sign. 16 minus 16 is 0. Now, here are some practice problems for you to try. Just 3 problems. Go back. Remember, like, as always, go back through, watch the video again, watch that whole process. Make sure when you're working those problems out that you write down Pemdas and you go in order. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's the end of our lessons, and see